How do we refuse an invitation? Step 1. Before responding, take time to pause. Give yourself some time to think. Now, this could be a 15-second pause, or it could be a 2-day pause. But we need to break the cycle of you instantly saying yes. So a couple of really easy things to do in that moment. You could say something like, hold on, let me just check my phone diary. Let me check my calendar. Pick up your phone, scroll. Even if you don't really need to look, you're just buying yourself a little bit of time to just run some mental thinking. If you want a bit more time, you could say, when I get home, I'll check my calendar on the wall and I'll let you know. I sometimes like to say, do you know what? I think I have something going on that day. When I get home tonight, I'll double check and I'll let you know in the morning. Okay? So we've bought ourselves a little bit of time. And now we're going to use that time to think, do we want to do this? And if we don't want to do it, we're going to move on to step 2, which is what to say if actually you don't want to do it. Psychology tells us, we know that people prefer clear, kind explanations over kind of vague excuses. So we can think about Ephesians 4:15 here, which says, speak the truth in love. Okay, so we're going to say the truth and we're going to say it kindly. Thank you so much for that invite. I'm really sorry I can't make it this time. Do you know what? I'd have loved to have joined you, but I have other commitments that evening. They don't have to know your other commitment is having a bath. None of their business, okay? You choose what you do with your time. I make videos around slow living, and a lot of the ways that you can achieve slow living is getting control over how you spend your time. And this is a really important piece to master, because if you can't decline things that you don't want to do, you're never going to have your time for yourself. Of course, I'm not saying you'll never have to do something you don't want to do again, but we can put some elements of control around how we spend the majority of our time. If you are interested in learning more about slow living so that you can do less and enjoy more, I'll link a video around some slow living tips to get you started. Okay, so moving on to step 3, and this is about offering alternatives, but only if you want to. So an example of that might be, do you know what? I'm really sorry I can't make it for dinner, but I'd really love to catch up with you for a coffee later in the week. Maybe you don't have time for dinner, or you find dinner with this person really exhausting, but you love them, you care about them. And actually, a 30-minute grab of a coffee while you're out shopping, that would suit you perfectly. So don't be scared to offer something that you would value back to that other person. Some other examples of this might be, do you know what? I'm really sorry, but I just can't commit to sitting on the committee of this event, but I'm very happy to be available on the day to man one of the events or one of the stalls. I would also be a little bit careful not to open an area of negotiation around your refusal. So you don't want to say something like, do you know what? You're much better off asking somebody else to do that. It's not my area of expertise, or I wouldn't be any good at it. Because you're then inviting an exchange and you're putting some onus back on the person who then needs to convince you. So I would try and shut down anything that isn't clear, that doesn't express, I don't want to do this in a kind way. We know people value that. They're less likely to feel hurt by a direct, I don't have time, it's not something I want to do right now, than, oh, I'm not sure, I don't think I'd be any good at it, you'd be much better off finding someone else. Yeah, I'm really sorry, I might be busy, and just not communicating that clearly, that's going to leave a much more bad taste in somebody else's mouth than just a polite but clear refusal. Then our final step in this, step 4, is to let go of the guilt once you've refused. Saying no to a few things actually opens up time for you to do the things that you want to do, the things that you are good at. It gives opportunity for you to use your gift, skills, and your knowledge and your beautiful presence in something that adds value to you and the person receiving it. So I really want you to let go of any guilt around saying no. I want you to remember that saying no to a person, saying no to an invitation, doesn't mean you're rejecting it means that you are honouring your time, your energy, and your purpose. So this week, I challenge you to practice saying no to one person and doing it with grace. Because you're only going to get good at this if you practice it. You're only going to find the routine and the pattern and the flow that suits you if you actually start doing it. Don't wait until it's something major and you've never done it before. Have a practice on the small things and you'll build your confidence to say no.